What was your experience like working with Tyler?
It sucked. Kidding. No.
Already.
Working with Tyler was pretty spectacular. I got to work with him on a movie called Medea's Christmas, which will be out November. So he's definitely an actor's director. He allows input. He allows you to really just be a part of the collaboration. So it was easy to work with him. My character, her name is Candace, and she is part of the have-nots, but she thinks she was just born into the wrong family, probably. And she basically, it starts with her being introduced to her client, which is Mr. Cryer, who is the head of a wealthy family. And once she figures out that she's friends with a member of his family, she sees the opportunity, jumps on it, and causes chaos.
When you read the script, how did you prepare for it?
When I read the script, preparing for it, I mean, I guess because a lot of my character traits are not like her, other than ambition and a few others, I had to pull from people that I've seen and whose lives kind of mirrored her. And then I've also depended a lot on Tyler because he pulls from a lot of people. That was in his life in the past, maybe. Yeah.
So is she the character that people are going to love to hate, hate to love?
They're going to love her and hate her at the same time. Yeah.
Very complex woman.
Yeah, she's very complex. That's what I love about her. Yeah.
I saw from the trailer, it looks very intriguing, and you look amazing on camera, so it's going to be a great treat.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Thank you.
Tell us about your role.
I play Judge David Harrington, who is Jim Cryer's best friend, partner in crime and running for governor. So he's I guess my character really had his sights on governor, but the state wasn't ready for a black governor. So he's got to bring Jim along and keep him on track for the governorship. And so he's a kind of damage control, calculating brother here, trying to get his shot after. So the thing is, he's got to get Jim in for his, and then he'll come in after and be governor after Jim. So that's it.
Have to prepare any sort of political research, like, when you get into that role, what did you have to do?
I think it kind of surprised me from when I first auditioned for the part. It seemed like it was going to be a much smaller part than what it turned out to be. So I was pleasantly surprised. The character, initially I think he was a financial planner, and now he's a judge. So he's very much a peer. And so that gave them a different thing. The show is set in Savannah, Georgia, so there's a little bit different. They're just carrying that authority and that sort of Southern gentleman kind of thing, and yet he's very calculating. So,
What did you tap into to get that essence? I mean, did you look at films? Did you look at other types of projects to get that feeling across? Yeah.
Feeling across. No, I stayed with some friends that were down in the area, and it's interesting because we were filming in Atlanta, and they were like, I think I say they were like, when you're in Atlanta, you're in Atlanta, but when you're outside of Atlanta, you're in Georgia. So that's kind of and the show takes place in Savannah, so it's just kind of having a lot of conversation about what you would have to be a potential black governor in Georgia from somebody who lives in Georgia. I think I was fortunate to have some friends that were there to give me sort of some of the political insight of what's going on in Georgia. And as Tika said, Tyler was really supportive of letting us bring what we had to fill out what sort of the framework that he created for us to work in.
You look very judge-like and political. I would vote for you, so it's all good. I can't wait to see this show, and congratulations.
Thank you very much. Very excited about it.
So you played a son, and tell us, how do you handle being the son of a political dad in the show?
Well, first, it's not easy. It's tough because I think as most people have grown up, they have an image that they want to convey, and they always want to keep their parents proud of them. But that might not be exactly who they are. And so there's definitely a certain amount of character to uphold because of who my father is in the community, and that puts a lot of pressure on me. And my character has a huge arc this season and is really going to surprise people with what he does in terms of trying to find who he is as well as pleasing his family and his parents.
How would you describe your character?
A boxed-in rebel. There is a rebel underneath a lot of layers. Yeah, he's unleashed. So, but when things start unraveling, it explodes and it just keeps going and going and going and going. And he surprises himself and his parents as well.
What did you have to tap into from your personal life to make this role credible for yourself?
You had to. Tyler always requires us to come from a place of realism, and we can use our own lives for that realism. And there were times when he would even take me aside and be like, "Who is this? Use this. Have that subject. Who's that person in your life? Who are you speaking to right now? Like what?" So, and human beings, we're all the same. We all have wants and needs and insecurities, and so that person, who is that person that you're speaking to? And if you can use your personal experiences, it definitely makes it personalized for you. So you're really living. And there were plenty of times that I was there in the scene and forgetting that cameras are rolling. So it's truly capturing real moments. And I always come from the theory that if you don't believe it, they're not going to believe it. Yeah.
Oh, I'm excited to see it. Well, thank you so much for chatting with us. Thanks a lot. Thanks.
I am Jonathan Chase. I play Sam Parker on Love Thy Neighbor. I am Danny's best friend since childhood and his roommate and his coworker. We work together at the internet startup company, Beagle and Steve, and he moves into my loft in the pilot. I don't want to say any more, all the getting slapped and all the jokes, but he goes through some trials and tribulations at Mama Hattie's house, and he ends up with me. And I am basically the libido of the show. I am the troublemaker, the wild card, the party animal.
You look so nice. You can't.
In real life, I'm an innocent guy. I'm a nice, sweet guy. I mean, I will garden on the weekends. I will walk my sister's dog. On TV, I am the devil incarnate, especially with women. I get into a whole lot of trouble. Young, old, it does not matter. There is no discrepancy with Sam. Mid-season, I can't tell you anymore, but mid-season, jaw will drop. You will wet your pants. You will not believe what Sam does.
I cannot wait. Great, thank you. So, how was it working with your ensemble cast?
My cast was unbelievable. First off, Patrice Lovely comes from all the Tyler Perry plays, playing Miss Hattie, and she is a genius. She's a singer, and she doesn't get to do a lot of that in the show, but she's a beautiful voice. She's a beautiful comedian. She improvises after scenes, and everyone is dying laughing on the side. Everyone knows Palmer Williams from House of Pain. He's got a huge following as Floyd. He brings that character into this show. Tyler created the show around those two characters. Next to me, I've got the beautiful, talented from the movie The Fighter. You all remember Zulai. She plays Mariana on the show. Let's hear what Zulai says. The cast is unbelievable. Andre Hall plays my best friend. Darmira Brunson plays my coworker and my enemy.
Okay, so working with Tyler Perry for me has been a blessing. And I say this not only because I feel he's so talented, and we all know why we love Tyler Perry. Me personally, I really am aligned with his brand and what he brings to TV. I love the positivity. I love just the moral fibers that kind of make their way through all of his content, and I'm truly aligned with that. So I couldn't be in a better place. And the fact now at Oprah Winfrey, it's a dream come true for me. And I say that, and I know that it sounds so cliche, but for me it truly is. The cast. So I came onto the show midway through the season, so I was a little afraid, as most people I think would be, because you're going into a show with these people who have been working together. They took me out for my birthday to have dinner the very next night. So I felt we went. I mean, I couldn't believe it. They found out it was my birthday and they treated me to dinner, and I thought that was so beautiful. And from that moment, I said, "Wow, this is special." And I feel that wasn't a mistake. I felt that Tyler really brought these people together, and that's kind of the energy that he wanted to bring to the table, and it worked. And my character. Mariana, I've said this earlier, and this is going to feel repetitive, but she's the humanitarian of the bunch. She's like a kind soul. She's the voice of reason. She's not like Jonathan here, who's like...
I guess not.
She's very down to earth. She's the voice of reason amongst all these, incredibly funny, comedic, crazy characters. So I really enjoyed that. Yeah.
If you had to describe the show in 3 words and to get people excited to see the show, what are the 3 words you would say to the folks out there that they have to tune in?
I would say sexy, funny, and real life. So that was 4. Yeah.
Sexy, funny, and real life, you guys. Fantastic. And nice talking to you. And we can't wait to see the show. Thank you so much. Thanks.